about with your family what your hypothesis is for what is going to be underneath this tree stump. Do you think there's going to be food? Do you think there's going to be animals? Do you think there's going to be grass? Do you think the soil is going to be dry or wet, or maybe it's going to be muddy? All sorts of hypotheses and guesses are incredible. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just we're guessing. And now we'll call over our friends or our parents, and we're going to carefully move this stump on its side to look and inspect what we see underneath. Okay, so join me. So we're going to move this on its side. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to show you. So here's the stump. And it looks like, yeah, so there's all this dirt that's really wet. It's pretty, it's similar to mud. And then, do you see this right here? We'll get a little bit closer. Maybe? There's a worm. There's a worm. And then I'm gonna move the camera so you can see it underneath. And there's another worm. Another one. Another, some other sort of centipede. Another. How many worms do you see in this picture? See if you can count them. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, 10 worms. It looks like the soil is really wet and the worms are moving around. Worms are wonderful to find in your soil because it means that the soil is decomposing well, and water can soak through the soil, and it's healthy. So there's a lot of matted grass, and so with your hypothesis, see if your hypothesis is either correct or not. And maybe you can even make another hypothesis before moving on. So if you didn't have a tree stump in your yard, and say you had a flower pot, empty or full, you could put it somewhere and let it just sit, and it'll settle with the ground for a week or two, and then you can move it and see what's going on underneath. All the life that's going on underneath a tree stump, a heavy tree stump. So interesting. So I'm gonna move this back very carefully, and I want to thank you for joining me in our outdoor classroom. So I hope that when you walk outside of your front house, your front yard or your backyard, or Raleigh has some really cool green spaces, public parks that you can go to, and a lot of places have these really cool natural loose materials all around. So if you don't have a yard, that is totally fine, and there's so many parks, public parks, that we can all access. So I hope the next time you go outside, you feel empowered and encouraged to put on your binoculars and to walk around thinking that this is your outdoor classroom, because it is. And it just takes a little bit of imagination and creativity and some help with some friends and family and conversation. It's so important